good afternoon, because I've now joined back in the Central Time Zone. So I know some of you may be maybe already after lunch. Um, awesome. Yay. Let me know if you can see and hear me okay. And let me see if I can bump this so that I can um, see and hear comments from you. So joining you a little bit later than I normally do today, but I know you're going to want to stick around today because we're going to talk about um, what happens after you've cleansed your body or you've done a reset, and now what? What does that look like? Okay, so welcome to all of you. I'm joining you. I know background looks the same behind me, but I am joining you today from just outside of Nashville, Tennessee. We got to add in our Tennessee sticker onto our sticker map on the side of the wild orange here. And those of you who are new to our channel, or maybe you are just joining us, we are actually getting ready to sell our fifth wheel, and we have that posted in several different places. So if you'd like more information about it, maybe you are feeling led to go on a great adventure this summer, and this is the a great way to do that. So we are selling it. We're actually downsizing, so we're not stopping traveling, but we have definitely shifted some of our focus and some of our what God is showing us as a vision for what we're to do next. And so we are downsizing from this. So so this is for sale. So if you want more information about the wild orange, or you want to share that with someone, just put in the comments below the wild orange, and I'll know that I'll give you some info about our fifth wheel. We've done a little video walkthrough tour and sharing some of that. So so we're going to be talking about some daily health habits that that we recommend continuing and that our family does after we've cleansed. So many of you know we started in April, and every April and October, our family personally does a reset where we do the whole 30 for 30 days. It's a shift in how we look at food and how we interact with food for 30 days. And then we also apply doTERRA's Cleanse and Restore products to really kind of help enhance that process and really kind of really set a foundation, and then do some cleansing and then repairing our body and get it started on the right track again. And we all of the research shows that when you regularly cleanse your body and help reset some of those toxins that have built up, you can really help yourself for long-term lasting health benefits. But you get to see benefits right away too, and we're going to talk about those in just a minute. So so that's what we do every 2 times every year, and we invite you to come along with us. And we provide a free Facebook support group and some meal planning ideas and cheerleading and prizes and things like that, just to help us stay accountable and make it fun when we're doing something hard together. Don't you feel like every time you do something hard, it just helps when you're doing it with other people for that encouragement, that accountability, and then also just for fun. So so that's what we've just finished doing. We finished it up on April 30th. High five to all of you in our reset group who completed that along with us, either whether you were doing just the whole 30 or just the Cleanse and Restore products, or if you were doing the whole shebang. I want to high five to all of you for completing something that was very hard. And I hope you are celebrating, maybe with a little bit of something sweet, or maybe you wanted to eat something a little cheesy this week. So we have slowly shifted and adding adding some things back into our diet, but at the same time, many times, every time we do this whole 30, we change even more things that we just want to continue, some daily health habits that we want to continue. And so those of you who are new, my name is Amy Miller. Some say I'll be a crunchy mom. I'm definitely a researcher. I'm a continual learner, lover of learning. And together with my husband, Jim, we advocate wellness in all areas of our lives. And this is Free Friday. This is our weekly series on Fridays to address just living a life of freedom, to experience life more fully, more abundantly, and bonus if we can find some natural tools and ways to do that. So we're going to talk today about how do people usually feel after cleansing, and we're going to talk about how personally our own people, we call them resetters, those who have been in our group who've been doing the whole 30 and the cleanse. And then now that we're done, now what? Now what? So today we're going to be free from brain fog. We're going to be free from stuffiness, personally for myself, free to lose those last few pounds, free to have energy galore, free to sleep better, just free to be well. I mean, raise your hand. Who doesn't want to feel well? Whether you're watching on live or on the replay, just put in the comments below well, if that's just something that you that you're striving for on a daily basis. I know I am. I'm striving for spiritual wellness and physical wellness, emotional wellness. So free to be well today. Hey, Denise, good to see you on here this morning. So how many of you have done a cleanse? Just put in the comment, just put a 1 in the comments below if you've done some sort of cleanse before. And how do you feel afterward? Typically, like what are the benefits that you have typically noticed when you've done a cleanse? Let me hear from you about that. I'm going to share with you what some of our resetters report that have been joining us over the last 30 days. And honestly, you know, many times we'll see some things that on the scale that shows, if that's something you pay attention to, that's actually not something we as a family typically pay attention to. We don't even own a scale in our home to weigh ourselves or anything. But we're going to talk about some things that the scale doesn't show, especially in the areas of like digestion, emotions, and so we're going to talk about some of those things because many of our resetters report similar things, and I'll tell you which ones that I've noticed in my own life too. But many of our resetters report from a physical perspective, they report clearer skin, longer and stronger nails. Yes. That's what I usually notice. Now, I will tell you, I did not notice that as much this time. And I'll tell you in just a minute what I'm going to be doing differently after the cleanse because of some things that I have not noticed yet. No more under eye circles, less bloating. We hear a lot of reporting, or less stiff joints, fewer PMS symptoms. Hello. Less stomach pain, less constipation, diarrhea, less gas, improved regularity. Yes. No more shoulder, back, knee pain, improved blood sugar regulation because you're not having those huge spikes in your blood sugar. But you know what else? A lot of our resetters reported some emotional benefits. They felt like they just were nicer. They just felt nicer. They felt more patient. Many of them said that they respond better to stress, that they're not having any more mood swings or sugar cravings. So think about how that impacts your life. Hi, Jeannie. Good to see you on here today. Denise, you say more energy, less bloating, clear-headed, and less pain. Yes. Jeannie, you say like a new person. Yes, yes. And so, but you know what some of our other resetters report? And you mentioned this, Denise, clear-headed. Yes, so many report just thinking more clearly, better concentration, better memory, better recall. I know Jim, when he finishes the cleanse and the reset, That's what he reports as well. Better concentration. He feels like he's not dropping the ball as much and in just his brain and his ability to have better memory and recall. What about sleep? I know Jim and I both notice that we fall asleep so much more easily when we're doing the cleanse and after. And also, not even that, but sleeping more soundly. Because, it's one thing to fall asleep easily, it's a whole nother thing to actually sleep more soundly, get into that deeper restorative state of sleep. Or awakening more refreshed. Yes. I know we usually see that. And no more night sweats is what a couple of resetters reported. And then Denise, I know you also mentioned more energy. That's also what so many of them report, is no longer feeling the need to eat every 2 hours. And that's because, again, that blood sugar levels aren't spiking all the time. And so no longer needing that sugar to kind of help prop up your energy, excuse me. Several reported more consistency with exercise and a healthier relationship with food. And here's some other things, just in kind of a relationship with food. Many report learning how to read a label about foods, or learning how to listen to your body. How many of us are so busy in our lives and the noise level is so loud that we can't really even take time to listen to our body because we haven't been still enough to do that. And I feel like that's so many times when we get ourselves into trouble because we find ourselves then dealing with something at the doctor that, looking back, our body was showing us signs, but we were just so busy we weren't listening. And so, wow, that's huge, of learning to listen to your body. Also, some of our resetters reported just some lifestyle things that they noticed. They felt like now they have healthy habits to pass down to your kids. I know that's truly one of the things that I see as a benefit, and that I've noticed is I feel like my boys are now becoming so much more in tune with their bodies, and they notice the effects that different foods have on their bodies. And so I see them many times even wanting to make their own healthy choices. These other things I heard almost from every single person who did the reset. They reported that they had made like-minded friends to support their eating style, and that the eating habits brought their family closer, and that they now felt that they were part of a new community. Oh my goodness. Those blew me away, because as I read those from people, I realized I felt the same way afterward, that I felt like I had like-minded friends that could not only understand, but also support our eating style. And then it definitely brought our family closer, because we were all going through the same thing together. When those days when we were like, man, I wish we could have something sweet, or man, I wish we could have that cheesy dish that we love, or whatever. It brought our family closer because we were all doing it together. And we felt like we were part of a new community when you're doing this together. And so many of us are craving that now. So I love the benefits that so many people experienced after that. But cleanses are great. Doing the reset with people is even better. So I want to know how many of you would take the challenge to commit now in April to joining us in October. I know that's a little ways off, but October 1st to the 30th, we're going to be doing this again. And I want to know how many of you would take the challenge to commit now to joining us in October, to just shifting your life in these areas in just 30 days. 30 days is all it takes to begin to see these shifts in your life. So just put in the comments, reset, October reset, if you are committing now to joining us in October. You don't have to be a doTERRA member. You don't even have to be using doTERRA at all to be doing us. There's no pressure to be buying anything with doTERRA in that group. This is all focused on you shifting that relationship with food and joining us for the whole 30. Now, we give you the option if you would like to do the Cleanse and Restore products with doTERRA, you can. Or if you can do the whole shebang and do it better and do the two of them together, you are welcome to do that too. But it's up to you when you join us in the reset. So here's now what we're doing now that we're done with the reset. Here's what we are doing. And these are daily habits that, you know, we're continuing to focus our efforts on the wellness pyramid. Now, it's been a while since we've talked about the wellness pyramid. How many of you are familiar with the wellness pyramid? Just put a yes in the comments if you're familiar with the wellness pyramid. I'll just kind of go over it briefly. So the wellness pyramid, I don't have a graphic to show you right now, but just picture a pyramid, okay, with foundation down here. Foundation being our spiritual health, our spiritual foundation, and what we're basing our life upon. And then that next layer of our foundation in that pyramid is our nutrition, what we're choosing to put in our bodies and what we're eating. That next layer in that pyramid is exercise and how we're moving our bodies. The layer after that is reducing our stress and our sleep quality. And then building upon that is reducing our toxin exposure. And then the little top tier, the little triangle portion in that pyramid is our informed self-care, how we're taking care of our daily needs when we have an issue, and then proactive medical care. So many of us in our society, we pay attention, we focus on this little top portion here of taking care of our headaches and things like that when they come up as the need arises, or the ambulance approach to our health and our wellness, of working with our doctors when there's an issue. But we've neglected all of these building blocks in our wellness below that make actually an even bigger impact, long-lasting impact in our health and our wellness. And so these are daily habits that are creating like long-term, like think if you can look ahead 20 years, long-lasting impact, and you'll see short-term impact too, but these create long-lasting impact too. And so if you have a friend or a family member that you are wanting to have their best year in 2019 when it comes to wellness, I want you to click the share button right now and share this on your personal page or share this personally with a friend, because what we're going to be doing inside our our private customer group, we're going to be having a daily habits contest. So I'm going to do what I've just asked you to do. I'm going to click the share button here and share this into, let me see if I can get, I'm going to share this into our group if it will let me. It's not wanting to let me. Here we go. Oh, okay. Hey, Camila, good to see you on here today. Okay, let me go into, I'm going to share it here like this, and we'll see if it works. I'm going to share this into the Essential Life Tribe. That's our private customer group. And that way you guys can know about the daily habits contest that we're starting on May 13th. So here's what we're doing. It starts with that building block of our spiritual well-being, daily spending some time with our Creator, and expressing our gratitude to Him, and getting ourselves on the right foot for the day. And then it begins, and then next step is our nutrition. And there's 11 products that I am continuing to utilize after the cleanse. So I did these during the reset. These 3 products here, the Lifelong Vitality supplements. These are building blocks in nutrition, in our nutritional health. And so this is what I'm doing on a daily basis, twice a day. I'm taking these for my antioxidant support, all of the superfoods that I'm doing. And this is what our boys do as well. They don't take this version, this is the adult version, but they take the kids version of this. I'm taking all of my added minerals and vitamins that I do not get, even if I'm on an all organic, all raised on the farm foods. I'm not getting all the nutrients. And so I'm supplementing and filling in the gap with these, with whole food-based supplements that process in the body like food, and with omega-3s, with fish oils that are marine and plant-based. Or you can get an all plant-based source of the omega-3s that are helping my cognitive support, cardiovascular support, mood stability, and so much more. So I'm starting with that on a daily basis. And then I continue with my digestive enzymes. You guys, these are key for anybody over the age of 30. Okay, so if you're over the age of 30, listen up, because digestive enzymes are key. As you age, you have a harder time breaking down foods. And so you need these on a daily basis to help your body digest them well. So this is what I'm doing on the daily, as well as probiotics, filling my gut with good bacteria. And stay tuned to the end, because I'm going to show you my hippie moonshine that we're going to talk about next week. Okay, so that's what I'm doing on the nutritional level. Now, on the exercise level, so remember, going back to that wellness pyramid, on the exercise component, and this is the area where I need support, because this is my biggest area of weakness is with exercise. Now, and that's one reason why I'm not using the Deep Blue rub as regularly as a daily health habit as I should be, because if I were moving my body like I should be each day, I would probably need more support from the Deep Blue to be able to help my muscles and my joints recover from that movement. But I would tell you, probably over the last 3 to 4 months, since our family's been traveling more towards the east, we have had less and less opportunities to really get out and explore nature as much as we normally have. And obviously we live in a smaller space now, and so sometimes that makes it challenging to be exercising inside our fifth wheel. And so that's why our family usually commits to getting out, doing things outdoors and exploring in nature. And we have found it just harder and harder to do over the last 3 to 4 months. And so I want you guys to help know that this is an area that I'm focusing on more and more, to be able to build on those wellness building blocks. And this is a great way to support my body doing that. Okay, so moving on to like resting and managing stress, that next building block. This is when I'm using my lavender, or my lavender on steroids, my Serenity blend at night in the diffuser. I'm diffusing that at night so that I'm getting that, not only going to sleep easily, but also getting that more restorative state of sleep. And then I'm also using my Balance. This is a grounding blend that I'm going to use right now, even, of tree oils that really just helps during those high stress moments. In fact, some of my friends will even diffuse this in the car with them. Anybody else need that during stressful moments in the car? Since I don't have long commutes anymore to work or things, although we do travel, I just don't find myself not needing this as much in the car scenario, but I do need it. So that's something else that I use on the daily. Let's talk about reducing the toxins that we're exposed to. Some of them are avoidable, some of them are not. So daily, I'm adding lemon to my water. 1 drop about per 8 ounces of water in a stainless steel or glass water bottle. And then I am drinking that throughout the day to help cleanse, to help support my liver, to cleanse out all of those toxins that I'm being exposed to. It's just a natural way of, just on the daily, gentle way to keep my body releasing those toxins on the daily. And then let's go to that top portion where most of us focus. That's when I'm using my On Guard on the daily basis. This is actually something that we diffuse daily. We have it set on a timer that we just kind of set it and forget it. And it's nice because we set it and forget it, and then we are getting constantly exposed to having this immune support that our body's being exposed to. Denise, awesome. I'm so glad you've committed to joining us in the October reset. And then on the daily, I'm also using my frankincense because this is what's helping keep my cells healthy. And we all know what happens when our cells begin to multiply rapidly and are not healthy. That's what we're wanting to do to keep from happening. We want our cells to stay healthy. And this is what research after research article has shown how powerful frankincense is at keeping our cells healthy. And you can actually go onto pubmed.gov, pubmed.gov. You can go to that website. In fact, I challenge you to do that, to look for yourselves, to see for yourself, research with your own eyes the powerful benefits and the research that has been done on doTERRA's frankincense. I cannot make any of those claims with any other brand of oils that you find anywhere else, because it's just not studied the same way, and they're just not the same. There is a difference. It's like comparing fruit to Fruit Loops. Okay, so they're just not the same. So I'm about to sign off, but what about you? What daily habits are you going to begin, or are you going to continue this month in May? Now, I mentioned before, inside our private customer group this month, we'll be launching this daily habits contest, complete with some awesome prizes. And we're going to be starting at May 13th or June 2nd. So you still have a little time, because you're going to want to get all 11 of those products that I mentioned that we're doing. And good news, all 11 of those come in a bundle, a kit called the Daily Habits Health Kit. Shocker. So you can look that up on your account, and it's actually discounted 20% this month. So it's a great time to be able to start those. Now, if you have seen, the Healthy Habits Tour is coming your way from doTERRA, and I know on May 16th, I think they're coming to the Houston area. If you go to that event and purchase that Daily Habits Kit the day of the event, you will also get a free copaiba at the event. And if you bring somebody who does not have doTERRA in their lives, and they get that Daily Healthy Habits Kit, they get a free copaiba and a free balance. So it's a great time to get started. In fact, if you are new and you have not yet started these changes, and you're ready to make that shift. I know I'm talking to some of you here who you're ready to make those small shifts. This month you can get started, and you can get that Lifelong Vitality supplements. That trio pack that I mentioned is so powerful. That's actually doTERRA's #1 selling item. You can actually get the Lifelong Vitality supplements for free. So I want you to send a message to the wellness advocate that sent you to this, or that's working with you, or if that's us, reach out to us and we can help you get started with those. But next week, you're going to want to stay tuned, because we're going to make some hippie moonshine together. You guys see those things floating in there? It's some yummy goodness. I've put some pear in here. If you are wanting to make another daily health habit shift in a simple way, then you're going to want to stick around to this, because this is a great way to do this. And if you're wanting to kick those unhealthy sodas to the curb, but you're trying to find a good way to do that, substitute, this is a great way to join in. Okay. So now, if you want to be ready next Friday to actually make these together with us, I want you to put in the comments moonshine or kombucha, either one. And I will give you directions of what you need to purchase ahead of time so that you can be ready next week to make this with me. Okay. Okay, I'm so glad. Thank you guys for joining. Thanks. I had such a great time with you guys today. Stick around and be with us next Friday. If you subscribe to our Facebook page or our YouTube channel, you'll get, just click the bell, click notifications so that you can get notified the next time we're on. And we'll see you guys next week. Bye-bye, everybody.